Good morning, children. It is very nice to see you all at home and in safe. Today I will start the first lesson of your geography textbook, that is distributional maps. We are acquainted with the maps from 5th or 6th standard, right? And all of you know that maps are one of the most important and useful device or tool for studying geography. Without map, study of geography is impossible. The main aim of maps is to show the location of a place and geographical distribution of variables. The maps that are prepared with special theme are called thematic maps. And the maps showing the geographical distribution of temperature, rainfall, population, etc. are called distributional maps. Distributional maps are useful to explain the geographical distribution of various variables in a region. Now, there are three methods of showing geographical distribution in geographical distributional maps. Distribution of various variables can be shown with the help of the following three methods. These three methods are, you can see the flowchart, are dot method, choropleth method and isopleth method. First is dot method. In dot method, the dots are used to show the geographical distribution of a particular variable as per the way a variable is distributed throughout the region. To show distribution through dot method, the value of a dot has to be determined. To do that, the lowest and the highest value of a given variable in a region are taken into consideration. Accordingly, the number of dots are determined. Also, we need to consider the size of the dot, the density of the variable, and the scale of the map. The number of dots to be given for the value of variable in each sub-administrative unit needs to be decided first. The number of dots when increased when the value of that variable is thicker or large, and when it is sparse the number of dots will also be less. The following precautions should be taken while using the dot method for a map. What are they? Number 1, the size of a dot should be uniform. Second, the distribution of physiography, water sources, transport system, etc. for region should be considered while placing dots on a map. Thirdly, while showing population distribution, rural population is shown by dots and circles are used to show urban population. The dot method is most suitable for that variable which is freely scattered across the region. Next is choropleth method. Okay, everybody see the map. Here we have used color and black and white pattern also. Correct? In choropleth method, the data regarding various geographical variables is shown by shades or tints of various colors. In this method, the smallest and the largest values of the given data of the variable in a region are taken into consideration. After that, 5 to 7 classes are made. Each class is assigned a tint of the same color or black and white pattern. Color tints are the shades or tones of same color used to show distribution of geographical variables in choropleth or isopleth maps. Color tints are dependent on values. Regions with lesser values of a geographical variable are shown by lighter tints or shades, and regions with higher values of geographical variables are shown by darker tints. Just like you see the map of Amravati district, where are the darkest pink color used? Darkest pink color used in Achalpur and Amravati. These two places are mostly populated, or here we can find density of population is very high. In other places, the shades of pink color is lighter than Amravati and Achalpur. In this method, a single tint of the same color or a single black and white pattern in the bottom map, you can see that white and black color is used to show the density of population. So in this method, a single tint of same color or a single black and white pattern is used to show distribution of a particular variable in sub-administrative unit in a region. Okay. Next is isopleth method. Okay. You have seen contour maps and isobar maps in earlier classes. In this map, the distribution was shown with the help of lines showing equal values. When the distribution of a variable is continuous, the isopleth method is then used to show its distribution. For example, altitude, temperature, rainfall, etc. For these maps, we need to obtain the accurate data regarding the altitude, temperature, rainfall, etc. of some places in a region. It is assumed that the difference between the altitude or rainfall of two places changes at a uniform rate. The sub-administrative units are not taken into consideration here. Statistical data belongs to the respective places. Such data is known as point-related data. Okay. Now, on the basis of this information, isopleth maps are prepared using the steps below. First, by considering the highest and the lowest values of the variable, the class interval is decided to draw the isopleth maps, which in turn decide the difference between the lines. Lines are drawn for the decided intervals. Locations with the same value are joined by a line. Now, the following conclusions are drawn on the basis of the maps prepared in such a way. If the lines are closer to each other, then the change in the variable is steep. And if the lines are away from each other, then it is gentle. We get an idea of the natural trend of the distribution of the variable with the help of this map. Okay, hope all of you have got an idea how these three methods of map, dot method, choropleth method and isopleth method maps are helpful for studying geography in order to distribute various variables in a region. Now I have given you a picture of a map. This is the map of Kolhapur district. Now study the map very carefully and try to answer the following question. Then second, I have given one more question to you. After you read the lesson thoroughly, try to write the answer. Define the following concepts: thematic maps and distributional maps. Next day, I will give you notes and few assignments that you have to complete. That's all for today. Thank you.